The global sell-off continuing. The Dow, in fact, down about 700 points. Weakness setting in across the board, primarily, of course, on the rise of the Delta variant, especially in Southeast Asia. Remember, even UK has been in the headlines despite the fact that it's reopening, and Southeast Asia now also becoming an area of concern, especially with certain pockets like Japan, for instance, Australia, Hong Kong. We've seen markets across the board there, futures down about 1% or so right now. So it's clearly worrying global investors, and Wall Street, of course, has now been seeing that sharp sell-off coming in a couple of sessions in a row. It's also dented fears around the strength of the economic recovery and whether or not we'll continue to see that resilience. It's twofold. On one hand, of course, there have been revised projections. Goldman, for example, slashing its projections when it comes to the region. But on the other hand, of course, when it comes to Wall Street, they're wondering what the Fed will do and whether that unwinding of its easy monetary policy will continue or not. So we continue to have fears with regards to the Fed's actions, also on the Delta variant, on how that will hamper economic progress. And we're also seeing an impact coming in on the dollar as well as, of course, crude. So let me take those one by one. We've got the dollar, in fact, starting to see a little bit of strength coming in. How will this impact emerging market equities? That's the other big question market men are asking. Oil, of course, sank after the OPEC Plus agreed to boost supply after its latest meeting, and that led to a sharp drop when it came to crude. So keep an eye on that as well. Treasuries. Rates spiraled to their lowest since February, in fact, flattening the yield curve. 10-year tumbled, in fact, as much as 12 bips to as little as 1.17 on Monday. So that's the latest on the yield curve as well, almost as if it was anticipating this kind of market move. We've clearly been following suit on global sentiment, and we saw, of course, the sharpest fall in about 3 months earlier in the week, and continuing to trend a little softer this morning. And we'll wait and see how things pan out. Attention clearly is also on earnings and what signals one will get from there. But right now, it's the global backdrop against which we're really monitoring things, and fears around the Delta variant, fears around what this means for the progress of or the strength of the economic recovery. Those are really the questions that global investors seem to have on their mind.